Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK, and welcome to
Toontown Rewritten, Kingdom Hearts, Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, The Fruit of Grisaia, Kingdom Hearts 2, the final mix version for the PlayStation 2, The Legend of Pirates Online, The Labyrinth of Grisaia, Shrek 2, Grisaia Phantom Trigger, Nekopara Volume 1, Fusion Fall, Retro, Katawa Shoujo, Doki Doki Literature Club,
Dead Rising 2 Off the Record,
Steins Gate, The Eden of Grisaia, Spider-Man 2, Detroit Become Human, Near, Star Wars Galaxy's Legends, Wonderful Everyday, Steins Gate 0, Elf Bowling, Kingdom Hearts 3, Highway Blossoms, Persona 3 FES, Psychopath, Steins Gate, Linear Bounded, Phenogram, Astral Chain, Near Automata, Elf Bowling 2, Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace, Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, Tomb Raider, Persona 5 Royal, Chaos Child, Persona 4 Golden, Higurashi When They Cry, You and Me and Her, A Love Story, Persona 5 Strikers,
Honey Pop 2 Double Date,
Kingdom Hearts on PC, Idol, Magical Girl, Chiru Chiru Michiru, or Maho Shoujo Michiru, or whatever you want to call it, Corpse Party, Lamination International, Omori, Saya no Uta, Chaos Head Noah, Amatsumi 9, Kunado Chronicles, Robotics Notes Elite, Loopers, Higurashi When They Cry Ray, Anonymous Code, Class of 09, Umineko When They Cry, Persona 3 Reload, Aoitori, Atri My Dear Moments, Fate Stay Night Remastered. And finally, welcome to my 10-year anniversary video of the Michael SK YouTube channel. I think that is now my longest intro, and I'm happy I kept it somewhat consistent over the years. Fun fact, that isn't even everything I recorded. There's like 15 Let's Plays that I've unlisted, a handful of Let's Plays that aren't even on the channel anymore, some one-offs I decided to unlist, and some entries that just weren't included here in my long intro, such as streams. Why am I bringing that up? Well, just to emphasize even further how much stuff I've actually recorded for more than 10 years. But it's not about the number of stuff I've recorded. Well, it kind of is. It does help put things into perspective. But what really matters here today for this big video is that we can actually look back on this, all of this. It really is a lot. And even when I was putting this script together, I could not believe just how much I was really able to do in the past decade. So I would like to look back on these 10 years with you guys. I'm extremely certain that many of you were not here from the beginning, and that's totally okay. 10 years is a long period of time after all, and I'm just happy that many of you decided to stick around for any amount of time here just to watch a bit of my content. So as I said, I want to look back on these 10 years with you guys, but specifically the major moments here on the channel. Now, I don't want to go through every little thing that I've thrown up here on the channel. It's going to take way too long, and honestly, no one here is going to want to go through that. I don't, and I know you guys don't want to either. Nevertheless, there are some turning points, significant Let's Plays, literal milestones in my life, and more that helped shape the channel into what it is today, as well as who I am today. There's also people that I would like to show my appreciation to, as there are quite a few who had impacts in what I was doing with my channel, and also the impact that they had in my life. So there's still a decent amount to cover, and I'll divide it up all nicely, hopefully. But before we jump into everything, I just want to say thank you to all of you. If you have ever tuned into any of my almost 3,000 videos, you deserve my gratitude. I know I'm just a silly Let's Player commentating on mostly niche games and visual novels, but to put in that time and effort and the dedication for many years to entertain you all in some way has been so worth it. I never really shot for the top or to make this channel anything super significant, but I'm glad I was able to make it what it currently is. And that's a channel with so many videos of so many games that there's just no shortage of stuff to watch with my annoying voice commentating in them. The almost daily grind for 10 years is just no joke. And I'm so glad that I got to do it for people that looked forward to my uploads. Thank you, everyone. Words just cannot put into perspective how grateful I am for your guys' involvement over these many years. I am ridiculously grateful. So now, let's get to it. Let us go to before the beginning, and let's see the wacky paths that I took that led me into becoming who I am today as Michael SK.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK.
Back in the early 2010s, I was in high school and gaming wasn't anything that I really had access to outside of older generation consoles, but I did have an Android tablet, and I watched a ridiculous amount of playthroughs of various games that I was interested in or that a favorite YouTuber was playing. Back around this time, Let's Plays were a totally optimal way of growing a channel and sustaining viewership, as streaming hadn't really taken off yet. So I came across a lot of creators that I was really interested in. At the time, I was a huge fan of SSOHPKC of the Creatures for his insane upload schedule, as well as Badass Games for his chill walkthroughs of the original Tomb Raider series that I had grown up on. I also watched a shit ton of Minecraft videos, but more on that later. Both of those YouTubers and more became inspirations to make a channel and try uploading my own content. I didn't really have a computer capable of that until I was a sophomore in high school, and even then what I got at that point was pretty dog shit. I had 2 channels before this one where I was pretty much uploading, you guessed it, Minecraft videos. What a time that was, and what I got out of it was ridiculously fun times playing games with my friends. So this worked out in a lot of ways for me. I learned a bit about early YouTube and recorded low-quality Minecraft videos with my friends from high school. Eventually, I made this channel when I was a junior in high school on November 16th, 2013. And my first videos were of, well, you guessed it again, Minecraft. I swear, this game was huge when I was in school, and it's probably why it's so damn hard to come back to it. But I eventually moved away from it and began recording other games. My first real Let's Play was of the 4th original Tomb Raider game, and looking back on it, yeah, it was pretty bad. No proper editing, shitty quality all around, and probably one of the harder games in the series to do a proper blind run on. But keep in mind that I had a low-powered system, so it was difficult to jump into anything crazy. I had to keep it simple, basically recording games I could easily run or old games I owned from my youth that I could just emulate. And I never really edited anything since I didn't have anything to really do so except for Fraps and eventually Dxtory to just record. These early Let's Plays are all unlisted or just completely gone, but I began to take my first steps into becoming a real Let's Player, for better or for worse, and I finally moved away from Minecraft. And boy am I glad I did. The same year I created my YouTube channel, Toontown and other Disney MMOs got shut down. Toontown, being a game from my youth, had meant a lot to me, so when I heard that there was going to be a fan-run revival, I just knew I had to jump on that. While the game had limited access, I began my long trek through an online game that I never really got to play all the way through, since my parents didn't want to spend $10 a month on me. And shit, I don't blame them, this was expensive for the 2000s. Over the next year, I would slowly work my way through Toontown Rewritten and end a Let's Play for the first time ever on the channel. This shit doesn't count, by the way, it ran like complete ass on my computer. But technically, this was my first complete Let's Play. After finishing what I would call my first real Let's Play for the channel, Toontown would continue to have some importance to my channel for various reasons, and I remained involved in the community for a few years. I was still streaming the game over on Twitch for a while, and I also joined a charity group called Toonfest for Charity, of which I still help organize every year during the summer. And that's actually my sole tie into the community today, and we've raised thousands of dollars for children's hospitals over the past couple years or so. Shit, I even have a TFFC tattoo on my leg because of how much I love helping out with this group. So I stuck with Toontown for quite some time and even uploaded more videos on the channel here and there, with the most recent being from their first ever expansion a few years ago. Toontown means a lot to me, and this channel, more than you could ever really believe. I met many awesome people through this game, such as through streaming, that I actually still keep in contact with to this day. Shout out to Toxic Squid. And that also includes 3 great friends. Ludo, or Jared, that I met during my original Let's Play of Toontown Rewritten, of which he helped me complete. My name is Aura, or just Aura, who helped me when I was having some channel issues, and we continue to support one another here on YouTube. And Onefime, who I met from Toonfest for Charity, and literally met up with at Anime Expo in 2018. These guys are awesome. And I just wouldn't have been able to meet them without this single game. They would go on to help record some other games with me, and I would go on to Aura's channel at times to record some visual novels with him. I'm not entirely sure what they're all up to today, but I try to message them here and there as I wish them nothing but the best. I still work with OneFime every year for ToonFest for charity, and I cannot begin to describe how much of a web dev guru that guy is. And Toontown isn't the only game that you'll find on my channel that's tied to my youth in some way, as I've continued to record older games through emulation and even played fan revivals of other MMOs from back in the day, such as the Pirates Online and Fusion Fall revivals. Defective Gamer, or Jack, who I also met through the Toontown community, would go on to help me through a lot of the videos I recorded of the Pirates Online fan revival, The Legend of Pirates Online. And it made it a whole lot more fun in an emptier game compared to the size of Toontown. These niche online games aren't what I really play nowadays, as I've had my fill with being able to return to a small piece of my childhood and check out some games without the rose-tinted glasses on. And as I left the Toontown community for the most part, I could tell that I've changed as a person, as I quite literally grew up a bit during my prolonged stay. Trust me, I was a real asshole during this time, but I've come to be more respectful since then, and hold those that push for greatness in that community very high. I do return once a year for charity purposes, and it's so great to see so many awesome people still making videos and streaming Toontown. Smirky, a longtime creator for this community, is someone that I wasn't really fond of years ago, but now I have huge respect for him, as well as many others for what they do here. I do hope that Toontown continues to live on in its fan revivals, as well as the other MMOs that I revisited that had an opportunity to have a revival as well. And I'll probably revisit them, hop back on Toontown, Pirates, if Fusion Fall ever comes back again. But regardless, the impacts that all these games had on my childhood, my life in general, and here on the channel will definitely remain. In 2015, believe it or not, I graduated and became a full-fledged adult. Allegedly. College was my next step. My initial Let's Play of Toontown Rewritten was wrapping up on the channel. I was exploring different types of games to record, and my ass needed a job. Eventually, my ass did get a job, and I was finally able to make a substantial computer upgrade with the help of my close friends. So starting in 2016, my options for games to record completely expanded. But before that, what was I recording to wrap up 2015? Well, the next section is a bit of a lie, just letting you guys know in advance. I began jumping into the crazy world of visual novels in late 2015 with the wonderful Sakura Swim Club and the very free Russian visual novel of Everlasting Summer. Both of these Let's Plays are completely gone from my channel. You see, I didn't know what I was getting into with a little bit of everything, and this is definitely where my asshole and dumbass phases came in. I was really fucking stupid, and a lot of what I ended up recording, the Sakura titles, weren't really the visual novels I record nowadays. You see, I was recording for the potential of high viewership, and since I seemingly lacked brain cells and the ability to censor things, I got what I wanted along with some problems. In 2016, I lost my YouTube channel. I went a bit overboard with what I was recording late 2015, early 2016, with all the smut, and it just caught up to me. I was lucky enough to get my channel back, and now a few Let's Plays are just permanently gone from the channel. Well, except for this clip my buddy Alex got from my Sakura Swim Club playthrough.
I know we're going in with no condom right here, guys, but did we just do it inside?
But things weren't all totally stupid on my part, as I finally got an actual computer that was capable of playing big boy games. I eventually got a copy of Vegas Pro, began doing some basic editing, made a new thumbnail format that I still use to this day, and played a little bit of everything with friends. I could emulate PS2 games, so I cracked open my copy of Kingdom Hearts that I last played back in middle school, and I also played some Naruto and showed how terrible I was at fighting games of any variety, along with some miscellaneous titles with friends going forward, whether for a full Let's Play or a one-off. I finally could record just like those who had inspired me back in high school. All the while, I was still trying to figure out my life while attending college. I didn't know what I was really wanting to do when I began attending, and even failed Calculus 3 because I thought, oh, yeah, math is fun, let's just do that. Eventually I decided to go for computer science and had an idea for what to shoot for in university. It took me 3 years to wrap up college as I took my time and continued to work. And during all of this, I was still growing, going through many hardships and keeping up with the grind on YouTube. I believe when I graduated high school, or at least a year after, that is when I picked up on the idea of having to upload every day, or at least almost every day. And that idea would continue forward to this day, where I'm still doing just that. Well, as I said in the last section, yeah, this is a bit of a lie. However, The Fruit of Grisaia is actually my real first entry into the visual novel medium, and how I feel is my real kickstart into visual novel Let's Plays here on the channel. Yes, I've played some of the shitty Sakura games. Yes, I went through a bulk of Everlasting Summer, even so I don't remember much of it. But this is where everything really began for me as a visual novel Let's Player, and becoming someone who just genuinely loves visual novels. On May 2nd, 2016, as I wrapped up my second semester in college, I would begin my long journey through Grisaia, and then I lost my channel for a week and watched the anime thinking that I just wouldn't be returning to the game or to YouTube. But then I got my channel back and I continued onwards. Sure, I was practically spoiled on major plot points, but I still set out to make this an enjoyable Let's Play for myself and everyone tuning in. It would be a long summer of recording videos, mostly of the Fruit of Grisaia. You see, there's a funny reason there's 270 videos that make up this playthrough. Back then, I had absolutely no fucking clue that visual novels could be lengthy. These were not like ordinary games, and 10 to 20 minute episodes were just not going to cut it. So over the summer, I would upload 2 videos a day since I had a fairly free summer break, other than a couple summer courses that I was taking, in order to quickly progress through the game. I eventually finished my first route and would very soon come back for another one. It was a blast recording this because people came in and enjoyed it. Looking back, I can't believe all these videos practically have 1,000+ views. It's probably due to how I explicitly stated that I was using the unrated version of the game, but let's ignore that. It was fun recording and getting comments on what I was playing from the same returning viewers. I never had this happen consistently before. Once 2017 got going, I began recording longer videos for visual novels, aiming for 30 to 40 minutes. So I recorded 200 videos of the Fruit of Grisaia all in 1 year. Yeah, this was a little bit of a problem. But I also spread my wings slightly and recorded other Grisaia titles as they released following this new rule. After 250 episodes for the Fruit of Grisaia, I completed 3 out of the 5 routes, never originally intending to complete them all after that. And then I finally spread my wings further and jumped into non-Grisaia related visual novels. I didn't know what I liked, so I jumped around, going with Neko Para, the classic Katawa Shoujo, the infamous Doki Doki Literature Club, eventually Steins Gate, and some indie visual novels. I was jumping around everywhere, seeing what I liked and what everyone else liked. The final 20 episodes of my long-running Let's Play of the Fruit of Grisaia would be tackled here and there in 2018, 2019, and 2020 with 1 to 2 hour long episodes each. The absolute finale was uploaded on April 1st, 2020 as a 5-hour long episode. COVID was going on at the time, so I guess I had the time and effort to spare into that horrific idea. But after almost 4 years, I was able to wrap up my longest running Let's Play. I haven't really touched the series since then, but I did try out the Michiru spin-off for a bit, and I greatly disliked Phantom Trigger. So while flawed, Grisaia is a series that I will always hold on to going forward. I learned a lot from recording this series, and without it, I may not have stuck it out with visual novels like I have. It even pushed me to try doing an anime analysis where I went bit by bit through the anime and connected the pieces that were missing from the visual novel to make sense out of it. It's a project I dropped, but this was the series I felt like I could try something like that. I know that there's some here who have stuck around since then, and I'm sure that they have seen my growth. For example, I was absolutely terrible with reading and commentating back in 2016, mispronouncing a little bit of everything because I would not take a breather, awkwardly commentating on everything I saw and trying to do voices, and even recording while I was just plain sick. I still do fuck up with my mispronunciations, but I have improved, okay? Videos have better structure now, and I'm willing to record longer to maintain that structure. I also finally got a standalone microphone, upgrading from headset mics. Go ahead and listen to the intro in episode 1 and then the one in episode 270, and you can tell that there's an overall quality increase, not just from the microphone, but from also how I spoke.
Alright, hello everyone, my name is Michael SK, and welcome to the Fruit of Grisaia. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And oh my god, what a bitch this was to actually get to record, and even then I'm fucking nervous that this will not record correctly, so I'm only going to record... I don't even know how much I'm going to record, but I'm fucking scared that this isn't going to work. For some reason, this game is extremely dumb when it comes to trying to use DxTory or any recording program. I couldn't even use Fraps, but I went into the configuration and I tried my best at things. So I have absolutely no idea what this game is about. I think it's like a murder mystery or something of that sort.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK, and welcome to what will eventually be the final episode of the Fruit of Grisaia. As I'm sitting here, this is going to be one of many recording sessions that I will have to partake in to cram the remainder of this game into one final video. Why am I doing this? I don't fucking know anymore, but I think it'd be nice to end off this playthrough on a nice even number. 270, I think, is where we are at. So I'm just going to cram the remainder of Michiru's story into one final video. Someone in the comments of the big finale tallied up my playlists of the series to about 180 hours, and I think that's still somewhat accurate, even so I had to trim off some later episodes with Labyrinth and Eden. It was a long journey that paved the way for me to record some absolute banger visual novels, such as Wonderful Everyday, Steins, Higurashi, and so much more. So to the Grisaia series, I say thank you for helping me get started on this new path for my channel. In late 2017, I picked up Steins for a playthrough. I had already seen the anime, as I was going through a lot of anime during my college years, but I still wanted to go through the source material and see what I missed out on. Going into this, I knew it was going to be a long journey and planned for my videos to be around 40 minutes to an hour long. This helped keep the episode count for this one at 50, so this shows that I've made an improvement on the playthrough structure for longer visual novels. Steins would go on to be one of my top 2 visual novels at this time, as it did an incredible job of making me feel immersed as I recorded each episode. I fondly remember sitting in my old room late at night, simply immersed in this world as the lab mems were busy hacking away and trying to figure out what the fuck CERN was up to. I didn't understand all of the science, and I'm sure most of the characters didn't either, but it made it all the more enjoyable. Shoot, I was so dedicated to wrapping this one up and excited to see how everything would end that the final episodes of my Let's Play are just way longer than the rest. Yeah, I knew how things were going to end, but in this format, it felt so new. So why is this a significant moment? Well, a lot of what I was jumping into before involved eroge to some extent, as that's kind of where I started from. This was far from that, and it made me realize that I love recording visual novels that have a strong, engaging story. Fuck the sex and whatever else, real plot is what matters to me. To be completely fair, without Steins, I probably wouldn't have checked out any of the other science adventure titles. Chaos Child was out before Chaos Head Noah finally came to the West, so I jumped into that one because of my solid experiences in the Steins titles. Chaos Child would become my other top visual novel and lead me to giving Chaos Head's visual novel a proper shot after I watched the abomination that was its anime adaptation. I would eventually jump into Robotics Notes and the newest entry, Anonymous Code. But it isn't just the rest of the science adventure series. Because of Steins, my interest in story-oriented visual novels increased. I don't know if I would have ever given Higurashi and Umineko proper opportunities here on the channel. Okabe and the gang really helped propel my interest in this medium, and I truly miss those late nights recording this one. Robotics Notes Elite was close to bringing back how I felt with this one, but I'm telling you guys, Steins was just on a whole different level. In 2018, I graduated from college to go off to university for another 3 years of incredible, and this time more expensive, education. In my first year as a university student, I went through quite a bit. Commuting was killing me, moving around a couple times was tough, computer science was not what I was expecting, and I somehow kept up with this YouTube grind. During my years at university, I got to experience better internet, so I was streaming a lot more and uploading directly off of my computer for the first time. Yeah, I used to live out in the country, and my unlimited mobile data had better speeds, so for years, that was my avenue for uploads. Soon I began to step away from streaming over on Twitch, as much as I did, and put my focus towards YouTube, but the days of double uploads and easily uploading almost every day were ending around this time. I would say that this was a mental change for me with YouTube, as I began considering other factors such as overall quality for my videos. Noise was something I wanted to avoid, and that became something I began to worry about after moving into city environments. I began looking into the VP9 encoding deal with YouTube, and eventually exported my videos at 1440p to avoid improper encodes on the platform. I think around this time I was able to buy into full access of the Adobe suite, so I had more tools to make sure I could achieve whatever quality I wanted. And as I brought up earlier, I finally got a regular, standalone microphone. I wanted to make sure that I was providing even better quality videos going forward, and I set some good standards for myself around this time, but at the same time I had to restrict when I would be recording if I wanted to avoid noise. School and eventually work became factors that pushed me away from the grind and also sapped a good amount of energy. I really couldn't put in the same time and effort as before, but I still gave it my all when I was able. COVID coming out gave me more time and energy to allocate to YouTube, and wow, did viewership increase during the shutdown. What a weird and scary time that was. But also, man, was I recording some bangers during my university years. I jumped into Steins Gate 0, this time getting a purely blind experience with that story. I gave Wonderful Everyday a proper chance. Persona 5 Royal was basically a year-long playthrough that I streamed while recording. I got to play Mario Kart against NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace. I began my journey through Higurashi, and just so much more. In 2021, I would go on to graduate with my bachelor's degree and would keep on working where I was while I figured out what I truly wanted to do. And even to this day, I'm unsure of what I want to do. Regardless, I kept recording all sorts of games and visual novels that were an absolute blast. Despite all the stress and worries in my life, and yeah, that's not going to be ending anytime soon, coming home to record videos has been a great way to get away from everything. It's part of the reason I held on to this hobby, to continue to entertain you guys and to give myself an escape. How I was able to consistently escape away from the university grind as consistently as I did, I will never know. But this section is to emphasize how I grew up and changed through my university years. I became more of an adult than ever before. And while that sounds slightly depressing, it's just how life is. We have to work, we have to get that bread, and we all have things to do outside of our hobbies. This moment was the big realization that I would have to push YouTube a bit further to the side and focus on what matters. Around the time I started my first semester in university, I decided to start a Patreon. So this was in 2018. The reason I started this up was a little silly at the time, but since I was unemployed and dedicating most of my time to my new school life, I honestly just wanted to make a little bit more cash off of the YouTube gig. I eventually decided to can that idea and continued utilizing Patreon as a way of buying more games to record. You see, as a Let's Player, there was only so much I could give back to those who decided to hand their hard-earned cash over to me as a form of support, so I felt that that was a better thing to do. Soon after, YouTube memberships became a thing to those in the partnership program, so not only was I able to get money through ads, but people could opt to sign up for pretty much the same benefits that they could get on Patreon, but through YouTube instead. This works even better now since I offer early access to new videos to all of my members. Again, I'm just trying to do all I can to give back to those who decided to support me this way. And I wanted to bring this up as a small section to emphasize how much it really has helped me with this sort of support. Picking up visual novels that have been suggested to me makes sense through this funding. Showing people a bit of what I do behind the scenes or what I have planned is also pretty fun. I have so many hours of full recording sessions from Persona 5 Royal, Persona 5 Strikers, Persona 3 Reload, Phasmophobia, The Legends of Pirates Online, and whatever else I recorded that was edited, such as the rare live recording sessions that I sometimes do. all available for those who sign up on either Patreon or through YouTube, and I am glad I was able to compile that much to give back to you guys. I wish I could show my gratitude more. So for this video, I want to thank everyone who has ever supported me this way. On the screen is everyone who has ever supported me with their hard-earned cash at least once, even if it was just $1 through YouTube memberships or Patreon. Just note that YouTube doesn't maintain the historical data, so I had to look back a bit. If I missed you, please let me know in the comments. I also want to highlight a few individuals. Jack, or Defective Gamer, was one of the ones who convinced me to try Patreon out, and I believe he was my first supporter. Ashton and JW Player were a couple of the first to support me for a long period of time. Over Codex, Jamie11577, Michael, Juan, and Aaron have been continuing to support me for years. Everyone here on the screen deserves so much of my thanks that I just cannot put into words, and I hope I can keep giving back to you all that are still subscribed in some way. In 2022, I got the opportunity to talk with other visual novel YouTubers, some that I knew from Reddit, Twitter, and obviously YouTube, but some I didn't know beforehand. A lot of these cool cats made discussion-based videos on visual novels, which was something that I slowly but surely became interested in. I'd already made a few videos on the Grisaia anime and a video on Origairu, for whatever reason, so I wasn't completely new to the idea of throwing my thoughts on paper, but I wanted to give it a shot. In 2023, I made a video talking about my time with Higurashi's 8 main chapters, the predictions that I had throughout the series, and my thoughts on various topics. I wanted to start small, and I think this was a great way to do it. Plus, it acted as my 200th video on Higurashi, so I just wanted to capitalize on that. Next, I made a review on a Let's Play for a visual novel that I had a surprising amount of fun with, Amatsutsumi. First off, damn do I miss this one. I swear, that was a really fun visual novel. The story was solid, the characters were fun, and it was visually really nice. So because of that, yeah, I had some things to say. I wanted to take my experience with this visual novel, throw it on some paper, and review it. And I think I did pretty okay. Kunado Chronicles, another Purple Software title like Amatsutsumi, would be next in line for a review, and then I would close out 2023 with a review of Sabbath of the Witch. The neat part with these two is that I never did a Let's Play of either of them. These became some of the first ever visual novels that I decided to read on my own, taking them with me on my Steam Deck as well. And with each review I did, I tried out different ways of structuring my topics, trying different things to keep the video as informative and well structured as possible as my goal. So yeah, I can write. Kinda. I can make review videos. Kinda. I can talk about things, I suppose. More specifically, I can throw something together here on the channel that isn't just another Let's Play, and that's a structured presentation of my thoughts on visual novels. Not that Let's Plays are bad, but I'm always looking for more ways to keep things fresh, for me to have fun with the YouTube grind, and for new and regular viewers to continue enjoying my content. I'm still making discussion-based videos and reviews, and you can definitely count this as a discussion video of sorts. And now the doors are open to go through games and visual novels that I couldn't or wouldn't record before, and still get something on YouTube about them. I've talked about quite a few big titles and moments that occurred over my time on YouTube, and these all changed how I approached what I was doing here on the platform, from making better decisions on what to record, to what games to play with friends, and what aspects I should keep in mind with my types of videos. Along the way, I've slowly matured, going from a literal teenager in high school to some loser in his mid-20s. Well, a lot has changed on my channel through the years, and a lot has changed with me through experiences and just from simply growing up. There were a lot of titles that I didn't bring up that I feel were impactful in some way, such as Kingdom Hearts 3, which I waited a ridiculously long time to play, Nier Automata with Jared, Persona 5 Royal, again, which I streamed and recorded at the same time, You and Me and Her, a crazy-ass experience, Amori, a mentally and emotionally destroying experience, I guess you could call it that, and who knows whatever else. There's also all the one-offs and other stuff I ended up dropping. There's just a lot that I feel had some sort of impact on the channel and me. So here we go to 2020, another significant title would arise where I finally decided to jump into Higurashi When They Cry. It's one of the big, well-known visual novel series that I'm sure many have heard of, even outside of the visual novel medium. I go into greater detail in my 200th Higurashi video that I brought up earlier, but I had such a wrong idea with this series, and I'm glad that I stuck with it through Ray. It took me 2 years to get through the 8 chapters, and then I got to go through just a little bit more of it a year later in Ray. Truthfully, I was burned out after those 8 long chapters. Higurashi was a lot of fun, but I somehow got burned out on it despite my regular breaks in between the chapters. But now that I can talk about the series and not feel a sense of dread, it makes me feel nostalgic. I wish I was able to tackle this one earlier on because it's such a damn good time, and it was a joy having the viewers along for the wacky mystery that slowly unfolded near the end. And now that I've experienced the insane world of Higurashi, I don't think I'll ever stop hearing about it. It is everywhere, man. I'm pretty sure Higurashi even had a crossover event with fucking PUBG Mobile. It's literally everywhere. But because of my time with Higurashi, I began my even longer journey through Umineko When They Cry. So I guess you could say we're now caught up with the timeline of Michael SK events, aren't we? I announced it recently, but the road here on YouTube will soon end for me. And I think Umineko When They Cry is a great send-off whenever I'm able to finally wrap it up. I don't know how much more I can put up with the daily grind that I've tried to keep up with for almost a decade, and I don't know how much more I have in me to keep recording games and visual novels, but I want to keep it up as much as possible. We still have a long road ahead of us. It might be the final big road that I'll be traveling with you all on here on the channel, so I'm anticipating this one being a fun one for sure. My mental state is definitely going to be tested with Umineko, and I'm super excited to have you all along for that ride and whatever else I end up recording in the meantime. Making almost 3,000 YouTube videos over the course of 10 years, accumulating almost 10,000 subscribers in the process, as well as getting over 5 million views if you include videos that are no longer around, well, it's something I couldn't have imagined back in high school when I started all of this. Back then, I really just did this because it looked fun, and I wanted to mimic the enjoyment that my favorite creators had at the time. Now, I do this because I know there's people out there who look forward to whatever I end up recording. I do this because of the fun I have interacting with you guys as we progress through these games. I do this as an escape from the shitty reality that life can be sometimes. I do this because it's simply fun, and I feel so happy being able to record these videos. Without this channel, I probably wouldn't have been helping raise money for charity every year with ToonFest for Charity. I wouldn't have been able to meet a lot of great people through the games I've recorded. I probably wouldn't have been as interested in the visual novel medium as I am today. I probably wouldn't have gotten back into gaming as much as I had, which means there's a whole bunch of games I probably would have missed out on. I wouldn't have had that push to play the games and visual novels that left me dumbfounded for weeks after I finished them. There's just so much that would not have happened. So much more than what I have listed here. It's very apparent the impact that the Michael SK channel has had on my life is very significant. Michael SK as a whole has become a huge part of my life, and that will never change. I don't know when I will officially hang it up, and as I said before, once Umineko is done, I'll at least step away from the daily grind, but until I really do stop making videos, I will not stop trying to improve. I will always strive to continue to grow as a person, to push and grow my channel, to try new ideas, to keep things fun and interesting for everyone. And I just hope that you guys will continue to stick with me through all of my silly ideas and whatever I continue to push out here on the channel. So that will do it for the 10-year video. I'm happy I was able to finally throw something together for this. I don't have the technical ability or creative mindset for anything super crazy and fancy, but I at least wanted to spend some time and put together a memorable video for this milestone. I'd like to thank all past and present YouTube members and patrons again. Everyone on this screen is either currently supporting me or has supported me through memberships or being a patron. And I am so thankful to all of you. I'd also like to thank those who appeared in my videos, either joining me for Let's Plays or one-offs, or just joining to help with commentary. Some of these individuals are from stuff I don't have as public anymore on YouTube, but I'm still grateful for their involvements. In order of appearance, thank you to Alex.
Oh my god. Oh. Come on, you got it! You got it! We did it.
Nope,
Oh, dang.
I missed one
It's getting
bird.
serious. It is, man.
I missed one bird.
Wait, did you really?
I missed one bird. I didn't get all the birds.
Get out of my house. Tired of this guy, dude. Can't ever take a game seriously.
Matt or Badass Games, Lewis, Adrian, Trent, Jared or Ludo.
Hold on. Stand next to
What?
me. We gotta get a thumbnail here. This is perfect thumbnail material.
Alright.
Ah, yes. How you're just holding that statue right there.
It's a bust.
Hell yeah, baby. All right, let's go. That was some good
I'm gonna-
thumbnail material
I'm
right
gonna
there.
bust a nut.
Sergio, Colton, Jack or Defective Gamer. My name is Aura. Is this another mini game or is this the final fight?
This is the boss.
Whoa. Okay, that's really well animated. That's really well animated.
Does anybody else want to fuck it?
Yeah, I'm
Or
feeling
a-
kind of horny right now.
Or no. Jack, no. Raymond, One Fime, Zach, Aaron.
What would you rather do? Take an inch off your height to add an inch to your dick, or take an inch off your dick to add an inch to your height?
I need the dick enhancement on this one.
So you're gonna
Yeah,
lose an inch?
I feel like I'm pretty tall enough.
Yeah.
I don't need to be 6 foot. Who the fuck?
Would you
What?
take multiple inches off?
Oh, it's a pick and like
It's stacking.
it's
yeah.
a slider.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would allocate the points.
I'm about to be
How
3
many
feet
inches
tall
would-
with a 6 foot dick.
Tim, Mari, and Baylor. Fuck.
Run, guys, run.
Let me out!
That's so scary. So scary. Why do you shut
the door?
No, Mari shut the door
I
for
was
some.
No, I didn't. It shut the door. I was trying to open it. I swear
That
to
was
God, I
so
didn't.
scary.
I went up the stairs and the door was open or it was closed and Mari was on the side and I tried opening it and then I think Mari also tried to open it but pulled it to her and closed it on me and I was like no and I was trying so hard to open it and get the fuck out of the basement.
That was scary.
Left on the other side of the door.
A lot of these people are good friends of mine, either from my area or from somewhere else that I met from my time as a YouTuber. Also, a big thank you to Jack or Defective Gamer, My Name is Aura, Acid, Bruce Gone Loose, and the guys at Venture Podcast for wanting me to collaborate with you in some way. I'm happy to even be considered to be a part of your content. Please check the description to see what I've done with these guys and consider supporting them. Thank you to those who keep my Discord server, the SK, a fun place to visit daily to talk about anime, games, visual novels, and whatever I'm recording. One more big thanks to all of the artists who have ever done any work for my channel. Thank you to I Speak Human, My Name is Aura, Usaeli, and my good friend Mari for any work that you've all done on my channel. Links in the description for more of their work. If I've missed anyone for anything, I do apologize. There's obviously a lot of names to cover, and if I missed anyone, I will update the description and a pinned comment. And finally, thank you to all of you. Now, I know I've already expressed my gratitude in the beginning of this video, but you guys are the reason I'm sitting here, continuing to record videos almost every day. It's really all thanks to you guys. You know, I remember years and years and years ago, whenever I started to do this a little bit more consistently, and the same regular people were coming by my videos. People were actually interested in watching my videos. They wanted to see what would happen next, what I had to say next. And that was probably the biggest accomplishment, is finally getting to that point. And I remember being so excited because of how much of an accomplishment that was for me. Telling my friends and family about it, it really meant the world to me. And even to this day, seeing the same names pop up in the comments, it really makes my day. It shows to me that there's people interested in what I'm currently recording or whatever it is I'm doing. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right. And at the end of the day, entertaining people, that's been my goal from the beginning, really. To be able to continue doing that, again, it just continues to make me happy. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you guys have done for me and watching my videos, supporting, sharing, commenting. thank you so much. I hope to continue the Michael SK YouTube channel as much as I can for you guys. As cheesy as it may sound, this really would not have been possible without you guys. Now, what really is cheesy is, no, I'm not going to be saying let's shoot for another 10 years, but let's continue to have fun. Let's continue to, go through all these games and whatever it is that I'm going to be throwing up here on the channel together. I hope to continue to make videos that create memories for you guys and special moments. Moments that you'll remember, moments that I'll remember, and cherishable moments at the end of it all. As time marches onward, let's enjoy what we have now, what's to come, and what we've gone through. And at the end of it all, let's continue to have fun. Thank you all for your support of Michael SK.